What's going on, everybody? ActiveShikawa here, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We've made a 200cc shortcut challenge video. Now, this is very similar to TWD98's video, his basic shortcut challenge video, but there are a couple of key differences. First of all, mine is in 200cc and his is in 150cc. And secondly, the shortcuts in mine are a little bit different because of the CC change. That doesn't devalue his video though, obviously. It's a really good shortcut challenge video, and he's made 3 of them: basic, intermediate, and advanced. So if you want to check out his basic shortcut challenge video, I'll leave a link in the description to that. It's what inspired me to make this challenge in the first place. If you also want to read the rules in the description, I'll leave a link in the description as well. But hopefully if you stick with me, I'll explain the rules. Let's see now. So basically, in the shortcut challenge, there are 10 levels. Each level has 2 options for shortcuts in them that you can take. That will be determined by a random number generator or a coin flip, whatever. But the essential goal is you need 10 points by the end of level 10 to complete the challenge. And by the end of level 5, you need 5 points. If you don't have 5 points by the end of that checkpoint, you need to reset back to level 1. Levels 1 through 4 are worth 1 point. Levels 5 through 7 are worth 2 points, and levels 8 through 10 are worth 3 points. There are 2 different ways you can play the shortcut challenge. You can play single player, where those rules apply, or you can play multiplayer, where the single player rules don't apply. You don't need to get 10 points to finish the challenge, you don't need 5 points before the end of level 5, you just need to try and beat your friend. But regardless of which version you play, single player or multiplayer, you can get 4 different power-ups, which can help you on your challenge. So the first power-up you can get is the Skip It, where you can skip to the next level if you don't feel confident in taking a shortcut, and you get 1 point, regardless of what the shortcut is worth. It doesn't matter if you're on a 1-point shortcut, doesn't matter if you're on a 2-point shortcut, doesn't matter if you're on a 3-point shortcut. When you use the Skip It, you get 1 point only. So it's probably better to use them for the maximum point value from levels 1 to 4, but I don't want to tell you how to do the challenge. It's your choice when to use it. So the second power-up you can use is the Switch power-up, where, again, if you don't feel confident on taking a shortcut, you can call Switch and go to the other course and the other shortcut on that level. So for example, if you're on a level 5 shortcut and you don't feel confident with option 1, you can call the Switch and go to option 2 instead. This can be really useful for getting more points if you don't feel confident on any shortcuts. So I recommend you use that power-up whenever you don't feel confident in making a shortcut. The third power-up you can use is the Doubler, where it's pretty self-explanatory, but essentially, when you call the Doubler, you get double the points on that shortcut. So for a level 5, 6, or 7 shortcut, for example, you can get 4 points for it if you use the Doubler. The maximum amount of points you can get is 6 when you use it on a levels 8, 9, and 10, but it's your choice again when to use it. And the final power-up you can use is the tutorial, where essentially, if I'm hosting the video, they'll get a tutorial from me on how to do it, but if you're just playing at home, you get, regardless of whether you're playing at home or whether I'm hosting or whoever, you get 3 tries in attempting that shortcut. It's really, really useful for a shortcut you're struggling on, and I highly recommend you use it whenever you struggle. But we're not done yet in terms of the power-ups, because there is one power-up that is exclusive to multiplayer only, and it's the Vehicle Sabotage, which is probably my favourite power-up in any of these shortcut challenges. Basically, if you call the Vehicle Sabotage on your friend, they have to go back to the character select menu, and they're allowed to select any character they want. Any character. Whether it's small, medium, or large, they can select anyone, but they can't select their vehicle. They have to rely on random number generators to determine which of the 12 vehicles they can get. Personally, the system I use to determine which vehicles they get is numbers 1 through 6 are the carts, and numbers 7 through 12 are the bikes. It's really, really, really good if you want to screw over your friend on a shortcut they're very confident on. It's amazing to not only let them lose points, but also annoy them, because who doesn't love annoying their friends? So just some clarification on the power-ups. For the Skip It, you can't use it on the last level, and you can combine your power-ups. So you can combine the Doubler and the tutorial on the same level to not only give yourself 3 tries for that level, but also get double the points. So again, if you used it on, say, a level 6 shortcut, you can only get 3 tries at making the shortcut, but you can also get 4 points if you make it. That is huge. Also, you can't just say, while they're doing the shortcut, oh yeah, I want to use a Vehicle Sabotage, or oh yeah, I want to use my Doubler, just as you're making the shortcut. You can't do that. Every power-up has to be called before you attempt the shortcut. Otherwise it's not fair, and otherwise it's cheating, and no one likes a cheater. So just some multiplayer extra rules and clarifications. When player 1, the first player taking the shortcut, opts to use their switch, it swaps for the second player as well. So player 2 can't just go, oh yeah, I'm going to go back to option 1. No. It swaps for both players if player 1 uses the switch first. Secondly, when you use your tutorial to get 3 tries, you can use the skip it on your last go if you need to. So if you still don't feel confident making that shortcut, if you've messed it up twice, you can use your skip it if you still have it. Finally, when someone uses a vehicle sabotage on you, you are allowed to use your skip it before the vehicle combination has been finalized. Once it's been finalized, you can't use any more power-ups, because you can't just say, if you've got a really bad vehicle, say like the Bonbon or the Bit Bike or whatever, you can't just say, oh yeah, no, I don't want to use this vehicle, I'm going to skip it. No. Once the vehicle has been finalized, you can't use any more power-ups. You can't get out of dodge this time. And with all of that being said, thank you for listening to the rule set. I know it took ages, but there's a lot of rules to this thing. There's a lot of rules that you have to understand. But those are the basics. And with all of that being said, let's head to the shortcuts. Level 1, Option 1. DK Summit Single Shortcut. You aren't allowed to use any mushrooms on this, hence why explained by the mushroom on the top left-hand corner of the screen. Basically, all you have to do is drift off the side and land it, make that final corner, and you've succeeded. If you land in the pit or fall off at any point during the challenge, you fail it. So make sure not to fall off on this challenge. Just make it around that corner, and you're good. Level 1, Option 2. The Dry Ruins Ending Sand Trap. Once again, you aren't allowed to use any mushrooms on this challenge. Basically, all you have to do is, after the final ramp, you jump down, you wheelie over that small corner, over the edge of the sand. If you hit the sand at any point during the challenge, you fail it. So if you use all your speed, you fail it. All you have to do is clear the gap, and then you're fine. Level 2, Option 1. Warrior's Goldmine End Cut. Basically, after you go off this ramp, you have to go along this part without hitting any of the minecarts, go inside this room, and then take the boosts, and get out the cave without falling off, or hitting a wall. You aren't allowed to use any mushrooms during this challenge. If you hit a minecart, you're out. If you fall off the track at any point, you're out. If you miss the shortcut for whatever reason, you are out. Just get to the end without falling off or hitting anything, and you will be good. Level 2, Option 2. The Coconut Mall Bannister Cut. Basically, after you go down that elevator, wheelie and trick off of the fountain to get over the banister and go back up the escalator. You aren't allowed to use any mushrooms during this challenge. If you hit the banister or fail to clear it, you fail. If you hit the invisible wall where the flowers are, you also fail. Just get past the elevator and go over the banister, and you will be good. Level 3, Option 1. The Rainbow Road Moon Jump. Basically, after the finish line, jump at the top of the ramp and skip that beginning section. Make it past that corner and you are good. You are allowed to use one mushroom for this section if you need it, but basically just make it past that ramp and you are good. If you fall off at any point, you fail. If you use more than one mushroom, you obviously fail. All you have to do is make it past that corner at the end and you will be fine. Level 3, Option 2. The SNES Ghost Valley 2 Gap Shortcut. Basically, when you go over that little ramp at near the beginning of the course, you just wheelie over it and drift. You don't use any mushrooms for this challenge. All you have to do is just make it past that corner after going over the ramp. If you hit a wall or fall off the track at any point, you fail. So make sure you be careful when drifting. Level 4, Option 1. The Grumble Volcano Respawn Glitch No Stop. Basically, after you go down the 2 platforms, when you go outside of the cave, you just drift right and use one mushroom to hit the wall on the other side. Hopefully you'll get the respawn so you cut off that entire U-turn. If you use more than one mushroom, you fail. If you fall off and hit the lava but don't get the respawn, you fail. If you hit the wall and for whatever reason you don't get the respawn, you fail. Just get the respawn and you're good. Level 4, Option 2. The Mushroom Gorge Jump Cut. Basically, after you finish the mushrooms and touch down here, the shortcut starts. Just use the mushroom and drift over to jump the gap, cutting off that U-turn at the very end of the track. If you fall off at any point, you fail. Obviously, apart from after the mushrooms, because the shortcut doesn't start there. The shortcut starts right there, when you land. So just use your mushroom, drift over, and you'll be fine. As long as you cross the finish line and don't fall off or hit the wall at the end, it counts. Level 5 Option 1, the Delfino Square Dock Cut. Basically, when you get to the dock, use a mushroom and jump and trick to get across the dock, cutting off that entire section over the bridge and where the double shortcut would be. You don't have to use a mushroom for this, but you are only allowed to use one. If you land in the water or hit a wall after you clear the docks, you fail. So be careful not to hit the wall or fall off at any point. Level 5 Option 2, the Luigi Circuit Pipe Shortcut. Basically, when you reach the end of the track where the ramps are, you use one mushroom to clear that U-turn where all the pipes are. You only like to use one mushroom for this shortcut. If you hit the pipes at any point, you are out. You don't have to take the world record method, where you go in between at the very, very, very tightest turn possible. You just make it past that sandy bit, don't hit any of the pipes, and you will be fine. Level 6 Option 1, the Waluigi Stadium Corner Cut. Basically, after the moving Chrono Plant pipes, you use a mushroom, go over the blue boost, and cut off most of that corner. As long as you get over the first hill, you are fine. You're allowed to use one mushroom for this challenge, but if you hit the wall at any point after clearing it, you are out. Level 6 Option 2, the Toast Factory Lake Construction Cut. Basically, after you go to the factory, you use a mushroom to jump trick and go over through the construction site and over the lake. You're allowed to use two mushrooms for this shortcut. In this clip, I personally only use one, but as long as you manage to clear the lake and go through the construction site, you are fine. If you land in the lake or hit an invisible wall, don't go over the construction site, you are out. So make sure you be careful with that. Level 7 Option 1, the Desert Hills Sandhill Log. Basically, at the end of Desert Hills, you use two mushrooms to clear all of the hills at the end of the track. That's it. But at the very end, if you land in the sand pit on the right hand side, you are out. If you land on the out of bounds on the left hand side, you are also out. So make sure you clear all the hills and get to the end. Level 7 Option 2, Peach Gardens End Turn Skip. Basically, at the very end of the track where the Monty Moles are, you just drift over that ramp and clear the gap. If you hit the invisible wall or hit the wall on the opposite side of the track, you fail. Make sure you get around that corner without hitting anything. You're also allowed to use only one mushroom for this shortcut. Level 8 Option 1, the DK Jungle Parkway Spiral Skip. You're allowed to use one mushroom for this shortcut. Basically what you have to do is use that mushroom to wheelie and ramp over the barrier and across the other side, skipping the entire U-turn. If you fail to clear the gap, or if you hit anything like a palm tree and fail to clear the railing, you fail. It doesn't matter if you hit a wall at the end, just as long as you make it over the spiral, you are good. Level 8 Option 2, Grumble Volcano Rock Hop Skip. Unlike the previous Grumble Volcano shortcut, I am allowing you to set up here and stop. Basically, use one mushroom for this challenge, that's it, to ramp over where the U-turn is. But unlike the Grumble Volcano respawn glitch, you aren't allowed to fall into the lava, and even if you do get a respawn, it won't count. If you fall off at any point, you fail the challenge. If you hit a wall, you fail the challenge. Just make it past that last corner and you will be fine. Level 9 Option 1, the Rainbow Road Double Ramp Skip. Basically, after you clear that first section, you use one mushroom and one mushroom only to clear both of these ramps in that second section. Make it past the first corner and you are good. If you hit the wall at that first corner, you fail. If you fall off at any point, you fail. If you use more than one mushroom, you fail. Just make sure you trick over both the ramps and get past that first corner and you will succeed. Level 9 Option 2, the Dry Ruins Lake Cut. Basically, after the start line, you go in between the rock and the small wall to clear the lake. You are to use one mushroom for this challenge. If you hit any of the invisible walls or the rock, you fail. If you land in the lake, you fail. If you land in the sand after or before the shortcut, you fail. Just make it past the lake in that first corner and you will be good. Level 10 Option 1, Coconut Mall Car Park Shortcut. You're allowed to use all three mushrooms in this shortcut. Basically, after you exit the mall, off the top ramp, you drift right and head into the car park. You have to just get in and get out and you're fine. If you hit an invisible wall and don't make it into the car park, you fail. Sometimes though, if you land in the car park and get out, it sometimes won't count the lap. So if it doesn't count the lap, you also fail. It must count the lap in order to succeed. Just get in, get out, and you're fine. It doesn't matter where you exit from, but as long as you exit the car park and cross the finish line, and it counts the lap, you'll be fine. Level 10, Option 2. The Bowser's Castle End Turn Skev. You don't have to use too much for this shortcut. Basically, near the very end of the track, you have to use your mushrooms to cross over that gap, that last corner on Bowser's Castle. Obviously, you can't cut it too short, otherwise you fail the challenge. You have to cut a substantial amount in order for it to count. As long as you don't fall into the lava, or if you drive over the wall and into the lava, it doesn't count. Just make it past and hit the finish line, and you will be fine. And that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's something a little bit different. I had a lot of fun researching it, and I had a lot of fun making it as well. Some of the shortcuts definitely took more time than others. The Coconut Mall car park shortcut took a while, because obviously it's a level 10 shortcut. Surprisingly, the Peach Gardens level 7 shortcut took me a while as well. But other than that, it was actually alright. I had a pretty easy time recording them, and it was a lot of fun actually making it as well. So if you want to see more of these, if you want me to make a more advanced version of this, just let me know. But for now, this is all for the shortcut challenges. I hope you guys play this with your friends at home, and I hope you guys play it yourselves. I might have some guests, I might have some friends come online and play this as well. So if you guys want to see that, just let me know. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any new videos from me. I've been Untitled Chapter, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.